The faint sound of the shower running echoed through the apartment, but inside, it wasn't the water that chilled Jacqueline Medina to the bone. It was the sight of her 16-year-old daughter, Lizbeth, lifeless in the bathtub. On December 5, 2023, Lizbeth Medina, a talented cheerleader and a beloved teenager from Edna, Texas, was found dead in her own home. Her mother, Jacqueline, rushed home to change shoes before joining the annual Christmas parade. Lizbeth was meant to be there, her mom excited to see her cheerleading squad. But when the parade passed, Lizbeth was nowhere to be found. A frantic search began, and when Jacqueline finally returned to their apartment, it became a scene no parent should ever have to witness. Lizbeth, her life stolen, her body showing signs of brutal violence. At first glance, there was something eerily quiet about the scene. No signs of forced entry, no obvious struggle, except for the small wound on Lizbeth's stomach. But as investigators combed through the apartment, it was clear this was no accident. She had been murdered. The investigation unraveled quickly. At 10:17 a.m. on the same day, Lizbeth's phone pinged at a location miles from her apartment, raising suspicions that she had been somewhere else before her final moments. A neighbor recalled hearing loud crashes and the sound of a running shower earlier that day. Could this be the key to understanding when and how the killing occurred? Days of dead ends followed. There were no solid leads until investigators, tracking Lizbeth's phone, discovered that it had been in use in a nearby town just after the murder. The phone's location led them to Schulenburg, Texas, where they found a silver Ford Taurus parked outside a house. The car's owner? 23-year-old Rafael Govea Romero, an undocumented immigrant with a criminal record. Romero was taken in for questioning. He initially denied involvement, but the evidence, including his presence at the scene and a slew of stolen property found in his room, painted a different story. Despite these details, Romero remained silent, offering only vague answers. He claimed to have knocked on Lizbeth's door asking for drugs, but things quickly escalated when Lizbeth rejected his advances. He could not explain why he had attacked her, nor why he had left her body in such a state. It wasn't until a confrontation with police that Romero's facade began to crack. Authorities uncovered a journal in his room, detailing disturbing fantasies and thefts, including the burglary of Lizbeth's apartment 3 weeks earlier. Further investigation revealed items belonging to Lizbeth and her mother, including a stolen phone and other personal belongings. Romero finally confessed, admitting that after approaching Lizbeth, something snapped. The anger overwhelmed him, and in a fit of rage, he took her life. The chilling part? He couldn't explain why. In September 2025, Romero pled guilty to capital murder, aggravated robbery, and burglary. He was sentenced to 2 life sentences and an additional 20 years, with the possibility of parole after 30 years. Yet for Jacqueline Medina, Lizbeth's mother, the closure was bittersweet. The plea deal left many questions unanswered, the why of it all. As the case draws to a close, one thing remains certain. Lizbeth's life was tragically cut short by someone who couldn't even give a coherent reason for his actions.